What's your opinion about the whole Trump indictment?
Well, I interviewed Alan Dershowitz, who was Trump's lawyer during his Senate impeachment, right? Who wrote a book about this, and he broke it down for me. So this is what he said. He said that the RICO case is interesting. You know, he said that's the most dangerous case was the RICO case in Georgia, and it comes down to a very kind of interesting point, and it's this. Now, you're allowed, if you're running for office, you're allowed to say, I think the results are fraudulent. I think I won. I want to see that there was no cheating, and I feel that maybe someone did me dirty,
that's your right.
and so forth. That's your right as a politician
Al Gore did
on
that.
any level.
Yeah.
Because remember Al Gore,
Yeah,
right? He actually worked with Al Gore to try to figure out, it came down to like 600 votes.
Yeah.
George Bush became president over Al Gore, over 600 votes in Florida.
Right.
Where
it's crazy.
Bush's brother happened to be governor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Which is
one of those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it went up to the Supreme Court and they ultimately lost and he didn't become president. So you can look for votes and everything else like that. But the interesting thing about it, and this is where Trump is so slick. As long as Trump doesn't say, I know I lost and I was trying to, change the election using fraudulent means, it's going to be a little bit hard to say that it's a RICO. And if you look at all the Trump interviews, he never actually said that he lost the election. He's still sticking to the I won and I was robbed, stop the steal, and so forth. Yeah. And if he sticks to that, it might be a little hard to try to say that it was a RICO and it was a criminal conspiracy. If you could prove that he in his mind
knows that he lost.
Well, in his mind, he thinks that he's delusional.
Right.
No one believes him. But
right.
if he could prove that he really in his mind thinks that he won, it's going to be a little hard to try to convict him.
So realistically, when I heard this, it was like a joke. We don't expect Trump to do any time off of this.
The RICO charge has a minimum of 5 years.
Right.
You get indicted on that, you get convicted of that RICO, 5-year minimum.
But
no way around that.
If this whole thing is based on whether he thinks he won or lost, how do you lose that? How do you lose it?
There's no evidence that
there's no evidence of him saying,
criminal
I know
conspiracy.
I lost. Right. That's all you need, right? Is for him to say, I know I lost.
Yeah.
And then he could go to jail.
I know I lost and I was trying to basically overthrow the government and try to put myself as president.
They won't get anything.
But we know that he's not going to say that.
Well, we don't know if he has said
it. If he has said it.
Right.
There's emails, there's text messages, there's all these people around him that they could go through, and if he insinuated something
Trump
is
if he made all them sneaky link texts disappear, son, like you think you're gonna catch him on this?
He's the Tory Lanez of politics, man. He's going to sit there and say, I didn't do it. I'm an innocent man.
That's what it is.
It's being railroaded. And
but unlike Tory Lanez, I don't think he's gonna go to jail, bro. Like I don't think that's gonna happen.
He's in jail right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying will they make it stick?
He's going to the state.
Will they make it stick though? That's the question.
It's already stuck unless an appeal goes through. It's a wrap. And people just think, well, I'm just going to appeal and I'm going to get my appeal. In order to appeal, it has to go to the Supreme Court of that state.
And they have
depending on the state, it's between 3 and 5 judges have to rule a majority that the judge below them made a grievous error that would have made the trial go totally opposite.
Right.
And, this trial was so, every day was covered by the media. The judge was extremely careful. In order to find a major flaw in something like that is going to be a tough call, I think. But, listen, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not involved in the case. I don't know Tory. You know what I'm saying? But, we did interview Megan Cuniff, who was there, the reporter that was there every single day.
Right.
And got to actually say what really happened. I mean, it was chaos in the courtroom when he was found guilty. The dad got up and started screaming. And someone was like, fuck Rock Nation, fuck Jay-Z. And like.
That's wild. All right. That shit was, that's nuts.
Man, look. My whole thing is, I think once everyone heard that jail phone call, it's like, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Like, your whole defense was that Kelsey shot her. So you're on the phone with the shooter apologizing?
Makes no sense. No, I'm
You're
not
on the
gonna
phone
lie.
with the shooter, apologizing to her.
And
I'd be like, bitch, why'd you shoot her? The fuck wrong with you? We were just arguing. Why the fuck you shoot her?
But you're
gonna blame me for this shit.
You're calling from the jail phone.
Yeah.
Knowing that they
You're
record that
from
shit.
Right.
You're on the jail phone.
Would you consider Tory Lanez a gangster?
No.
Would you
not
consider
at
him a
all.
street guy that's been through this, that knows how to move in situations
personally,
like
I don't know
I
the
don't-
depths of his background.
this? Based
so I
on
can't
his
say.
behavior in situations like this, does this seem like someone
Who would know better
Who would know better?
than to
Absolutely.
say this shit on a jail phone?
Absolutely. Because he had people around him who were ex-convicts. So
If this
know.
is someone who knows that they're facing serious time over shooting a woman who's going to get on the stand, you do a whole album dissing her, saying she never got shot. There's a song saying like, how'd you get shot in the foot if no cartilage or bones? That was a bar in this fucking song.
Yeah, that shit is nuts.
You know?
Yeah, I had to apologize to Megan because of that shit, man. Because, based on everything that we were getting, and, I guess my own personal traumas played a role in it, I just didn't want to believe it.
It was a battle of the sexes. I think that's what it came down to.
Battle
The
of
men
sexes.
sided with Tory and the women sided with Megan. Yes, there's some cross-pollination here and there, but in general, it turned into a male versus female thing, which I thought was pathetic. Because at the end of the day, she didn't shoot herself.
Right.
Up until the trial, no one was saying that Kelsey shot her. And now, so he never took the stand and said, here's what happened. So who shot her?
What made it sticky was the story of what was going on before the actual shooting.
right.
They were
Him
fucking-
having some sort of involvement with both of them and then trying to slide Kelsey. What was it? Kelsey?
Kylie Jenner.
Kylie
yeah.
Jenner. Trying to slide her in the same night. And then they're driving back. That sounds like one of those, you know what I mean? One of those nights where you driving in the car like, you trying to holler at me? I saw you niggas. You know what I mean? Like that type of shit going on. So,
Hey man, not everyone's a player. Not everyone can pull off having multiple women knowing about each other and being cool with it. It takes a certain type of man to pull that off. And there's very few men that can pull that off.
Come on.
Now it's possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I've had women in my life that are cool with other women and there's threesomes and other girls and whatever, and there's no issues and the girls are making out with each other and everything else like that. Clearly that wasn't the case that night.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf.